President Donald Trump reignited a fierce national debate. He signed an executive order that tried to stop birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants. He said it was time to end what he called automatic citizenship for the children of illegal aliens. Many people supported this idea. Others said it was completely against the U.S. Constitution. Once again, the country was divided, and many people asked the same question. Why does the United States give citizenship at birth? To answer that, we need to look at American history. We need to understand why this rule exists, where it came from, and why it still matters today. This is not just a legal question. It is a story about freedom, immigration, race, and the meaning of being American. Birthright citizenship means that a baby born in the United States automatically becomes a U.S. citizen. It does not matter whether the baby's parents are American citizens or not. This includes parents who are immigrants, visitors, or even people living in the country without legal documents. The important factor is simply the place where the child is born. If a child is born on American soil, that child is considered a citizen of the United States, regardless of the parent's status. This rule provides certainty and clarity, so there is no need to check the parent's background or immigration situation in order to determine the child's citizenship. This idea is based on a legal principle called jus soli, which is Latin for right of the soil. It means that citizenship is given based on the location of a person's birth, rather than their family or ancestry. The United States is one of the few countries in the world that still follows this principle strictly. Many other countries, especially in Europe, follow a different approach, known as jus sanguinis, or right of blood. According to that rule, a child's citizenship depends on the nationality or citizenship of their parents, no matter where the child is born. This means that if a child is born outside their parents' home country, they can still be considered citizens of their parents' nation. The U.S. approach to birthright citizenship is unique and important because it reflects the country's long history of immigration and diversity. It is also written directly into the U.S. Constitution, making it a fundamental part of American law. This rule became official after one of the darkest periods in American history, the Civil War, when the country had to decide how to guarantee freedom and rights for all people born within its borders. During the 1800s, the U.S. was a country divided by slavery. Millions of African Americans were forced to live as slaves with no rights and no freedom. After years of fighting, the Civil War ended in 1865 and slavery was finally abolished. But there was still a serious problem. Even though former slaves were free, they were not considered citizens. They had no legal rights. They could not vote, own land, or protect themselves under the law. Before the war, the Supreme Court made a terrible decision in a case called Dred Scott versus Sanford. In 1857, the court said that no black person could ever be a citizen of the United States, even if they were born in the U.S. This decision shocked the country and made the Civil War even more intense. After the war, Congress wanted to fix that injustice. So in 1868, they passed the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. This amendment said, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States." This one sentence changed everything. It gave full citizenship to all people born in the U.S., including former slaves, and it made birthright citizenship the law of the land. The 14th Amendment was meant to protect people from unfair treatment, especially black Americans, and make sure that every person born in the U.S. would be treated equally. Even after the 14th Amendment became law, some people still questioned who really had the right to be a citizen. One important case helped answer that question. In the 1890s, a man named Wong Kim Ark was born in San Francisco. His parents were Chinese immigrants who were not U.S. citizens. When Wong visited China and tried to return to the United States, officials told him he was not allowed to come back. They said he was not a citizen because his parents were not American. Wong disagreed. He was born in the U.S., and he believed that made him a citizen. So he took his case to court. The fight went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. In 1898, the court ruled in Wong Kim Ark's favor. The judges said that he was indeed a citizen because he was born in the United States. His parents' citizenship did not matter. This case confirmed what the 14th Amendment promised, that every person born in the U.S., with very few exceptions, is a citizen. The United States has kept this rule for more than 150 years because it offers several important benefits. One key reason is that it creates a clear and simple system. When a child is born in the country, that child is automatically a citizen. This means there is no need to check the parent's immigration status or require special tests or paperwork. This simplicity helps hospitals, schools, and government agencies handle births and citizenship without confusion or delay. Another important reason is that birthright citizenship promotes equality. Every child born in the U.S. begins life with the same legal rights, no matter their background. It doesn't matter if their parents are wealthy or poor, from different parts of the world, or follow different religions. This rule ensures that every child is treated equally under the law. Additionally, birthright citizenship protects children from being left without a nationality. Without this rule, some children might be born in the U.S., but not recognized as citizens by their parents' home countries. This could leave them stateless, meaning they have no country to claim or protect them. The rule helps prevent this problem and gives every child a place to belong. Even though birthright citizenship has existed for over 150 years, not everyone agrees with it today. Some people believe it creates unfair incentives. They say that immigrants come to the U.S. just to have babies here, so their children can become citizens. This is often called birth tourism or anchor baby politics, though both terms are controversial and seen by many as offensive or misleading. Critics argue that it rewards people who enter the country illegally or overstay their visas. They say it's unfair that children of undocumented immigrants can become citizens, while people who follow immigration rules must wait many years for legal status. Others worry that the rule is outdated. They say the 14th Amendment was written to protect former slaves, not to give citizenship to the children of foreign visitors or undocumented people. These critics believe it's time to reinterpret the amendment or change the law. However, changing the 14th Amendment is extremely difficult. It is part of the U.S. Constitution, and changing it requires approval from 2/3 of Congress and 3/4 of the states. That has only happened 27 times in American history. Most legal scholars also agree that simply changing the law through an executive order, like Trump tried, is unconstitutional. In 2025, President Donald Trump signed a new executive order. It stated that children born in the U.S. to non-citizen parents would no longer be given automatic citizenship. Trump claimed that the Constitution had been misunderstood for decades, and that the 14th Amendment never meant to include the children of undocumented immigrants. The move was highly controversial. Many legal experts said the order would never hold up in court. Civil rights groups, immigration lawyers, and constitutional scholars said the order was a political stunt. They said that only the Supreme Court or a constitutional amendment could change birthright citizenship. Within hours of the announcement, lawsuits were filed. Judges in different states put temporary holds on the order, saying it likely violated the Constitution. The fight is now moving through the courts, and it could take years before the Supreme Court decides the final answer. Still, the executive order caused a new wave of political debate. Supporters say Trump is trying to protect American values and stop abuse of the immigration system. Opponents say he is trying to divide the country and take away a right that has existed since 1868. Over the years, American courts have defended birthright citizenship many times. The most famous case is United States v. Wong Kim Ark in 1898. But it is not the only one. Courts have consistently ruled that the 14th Amendment applies to nearly everyone born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. The only exceptions are children born to foreign diplomats or to members of enemy forces during a war. These are very rare situations. For almost every other case, the rule has remained simple: born here, citizen here. Legal experts say that any attempt to remove birthright citizenship would require one of two things: a new constitutional amendment or a completely different ruling from the Supreme Court. Both are very hard to achieve, and neither has happened yet. Birthright citizenship is not just a legal rule, it is also a symbol of American values. It reflects the idea that America is a land of opportunity, where people from all over the world can start new lives, and their children can have a better future. For millions of families, this rule has made all the difference. A child born in the U.S. can go to school, apply for jobs, vote in elections, and live without fear of being deported. That security allows families to build better lives, to contribute to their communities, and to dream big. Taking away that right would create a complicated and unequal system. Children born in the same hospital on the same day could have very different futures just because of their parents' status. One child would be a citizen, the other might have no country at all. The United States gives citizenship at birth because the system is built on ideas of fairness, equality, and clarity. This rule began after a war that deeply divided the country, and it was created to bring justice to people who had been denied it for far too long. The 14th Amendment ensured that being American is not only about who someone's parents are, it's about where a person is born and the values the country claims to represent. More than 150 years later, that promise still plays an important role. The fight over birthright citizenship today is not just about law or politics. It's about what kind of country the United States wants to be. Will it continue to offer citizenship to everyone born on its soil, or will it change a policy that has stood for generations? Whatever the answer, it will shape the future, not only for millions of children, but for how the United States defines itself in the years to come. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second, but it makes a huge difference and helps me keep creating better English videos just for you. Your support truly means the world. Thank you so much.